Welcome to the newest episode of Morgana Radio, where I, your host, Morgana Rae, interview the world's most fascinating thought leaders on money, love, and magic. And I am so excited to introduce you today to my new friend, Evakarin Wallin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. My friend from Sweden, who I've had some really profound, amazing experiences with her from the other side of the planet. So let me tell you about Evakarin. Evakarin is a mindset coach, speaker, author, and founder of the freedom-based mindset. This is a technique that changes limitations into possibilities, and I've experienced it firsthand. She's in the forefront of how to use the subconscious mind to reprogram limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs and to allow you to manifest more easily and effortlessly. She is the author of Boost Your Business with a Book, and she has had several of her articles published in A Scala magazine and more business magazines. She started out as a coach in 2001. She was one of the first coaches in Sweden. This means that nobody knew what coaching was when she started, and I remember, I remember what that was like back then, which meant that she had to establish herself without the advantage of a ready-made market, and she had to master marketing to do so. Very soon, she saw a lot of small business owners, and she became a marketing coach, but she found that knowing what to do, and those of you watching and listening know what I'm talking about, knowing what to do takes you so far, and then you hit the ceiling of what your subconscious mind allows for yourself. So today she has helped hundreds of people with this amazing rapid process that within seconds can take you from this really intense block to openness. And so what Evakarin is going to be helping us with today is she's going to be walking us through the process, and she's going to be talking about what blocks us and how to get unblocked. So it's just going to be a conversational interview, because I think that what she does is so powerful, so fascinating, so essential for anybody who is feeling blocked in business, blocked around money, blocked around life, blocked around you fill in the blanks. So welcome, Evakarin. Am I saying your name correctly, I hope?
Well, not perfect for a Swedish person, but good enough for an American.
Oh, good. Thank you. Welcome. So how did you become this expert and created your technique?
Because I needed it so much myself. I thought very small thoughts about myself. At the same time, I wanted to grow big. So it was a mismatch. So in my mind, I was thinking big, and I was really appealed to making good business. I've been in MLM before. I started coaching, and they teach you to dream big. But inside, I felt that I wasn't worthy and I couldn't make it. The thing is that most of the time, I didn't even notice that. And that is how I started to learn about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and how they're different from each other. And most of what drives us lies in the unconscious, subconscious part. And that's why we walk around in life and we think that we see how things are, and we maybe think that, well, we have everything sorted out, and yeah, I know I have some limitations, I know what they are. But it isn't like that. I mean, yeah, sure, you know some limitations you have, but what about the rest that you don't know of? I think that it's like 5-10% of us that we're conscious of, and the rest, 90 to 95%, we actually don't have a clue.
It's like an iceberg. Oh, look, that's just a tiny little piece of ice,
Exactly.
right? That takes down the giant ship because it's huge.
Exactly.
So What are some of the most common clues that, even though our conscious brain is on board, big vision, rah, rah, yes, our unconscious has a totally different agenda? What are some of the clues?
Yeah, something typical is when people say, I have to work with this, and they emphasize the word work. Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I have to work with this. It's like having a fight. And things, when they say they have to overcome things, the only thing that you're fighting against is your own subconscious. But it might look like it's struggle on the outside. It could be struggle with money. It could be struggle with relationships. It could be struggle with getting clients. Doesn't matter what you struggle with. As soon as you struggle, it's a sign that the subconscious is trying to tell you something. And it feels not so good. I mean, it feels uncomfortable, but it's just information. So,
So I have a friend who I love, and every time I speak with her, she talks to me about a new healer, a new psychic, a new past life regression person that she's seeing to work on this issue in her life. And it seems to be going on for a long time. How long does it take to get over a really deep, persistent pattern?
I must say it really depends on you, because some people would like to be in this constant wanting to heal something and are just focused on what's wrong, because that's how they see it. It's something wrong with me. I need to fix it. But if you are a person that are motivated, driven, and want to move forward, it can go so quick, because then you're focused on where you want to go. And that, I believe, is the big thing, that are you focused on what you want to achieve, or are you focused on where you're stuck?
I think it's both. There's something in her life that just re-triggers her over and over again. So she still has charge around that. And I think we struggle with things for as long as they have value for us. So I do respect, like, on one hand I'll say, oh, struggle and suffering is overrated.
Well, I wouldn't say
But
it's
but
overrated, but
I think it has value, but I don't think I think, particularly with what I've seen you do, that stuckness can disappear in seconds.
yeah, if you're open to it. So what I
Mm.
mean by that is that you don't really know for sure. I mean, I've been working with people that I couldn't reach to. What I've found is that if you're not open to notice how you feel, it's difficult to reach.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, I mean, we're not machines, we're people. So some people are a lot easier to work with and it goes instant. And some people we have to dig deeper. And that is also because you can believe that, yeah, my issue is around money, for instance, but maybe it comes from uh, something with relationships. But you don't know that until you've been digging a bit.
I think that's why we clicked, because I always say that the root of your money issue is not in the money story. It's the deeper stuff. Transformation is not an intellectual exercise. The more you feel, the more will change. And I think that's what you're talking about. If somebody can't go there, then the neurology doesn't light up, but
Right.
there isn't enough leverage.
Yeah. So, but most people, I believe that the people I've worked with, it's about 90% that really feel a difference. And most of them, it's within 10 minutes. Some of you
I
know.
did.
Yeah, you did. You were quick and it went deep.
I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like in tears, and then it went away like within seconds. Stuff I didn't even know I was still feeling, which is, what's so fascinating about working with the subconscious.
And I have been in that situation before when I work with someone and a situation comes up. I say it has to do with your father, for instance, and this guy that I'm thinking about now, he said, "Well, I've been in therapy for years about that, so I'm over with that." Well, the thing is that I sensed that it was something about his father. So I said, well, let's go here and see what we find out. And he was also in tears. So
yay!
actually, I have a friend, and when she introduced me to her friends that I haven't met before, she said, "This is my best friend, Evakarin, and she gets happy when I cry or when people cry." So I don't have so many friends. No, I'm joking.
Oh no.
So, well, the thing is that there's so many layers, and by talking about it, like I believe many therapists are doing, not everyone, but most of them, you can reach, and even coaching, you can reach a bit. But if it's deep wounds, you cannot reach it by just talking. You have to find different ways, and freedom-based mindset is one of those ways.
So tell us about freedom-based mindset. How does it work? Who is it for?
Well, if you're interested in personal development and you want to go on the fast track, this is for you.
It's very fast.
Yeah, and I mainly work with coaches or solopreneurs, service-based solopreneurs, and that comes from me working with marketing, and it's also because I like those people. Because you want to move forward, you have a goal, you want to achieve something, you want to help people, and by using freedom-based mindset, you can use the struggle you have in life, and we can together see the information that's in the struggle and use it to your advantage instead of fighting against it. No need for fighting.
Yeah, it's alchemy, turning lead into gold. I know you're focusing on solopreneurs, but I really got a very strong intuitive hit that you should be also shifting to working with executives, leadership. In my experience, corporations are full of people who really, really get that. And they don't need the marketing help, but they really are super aware of they need the inner game work.
I have actually been thinking about it, but haven't taken the steps yet towards it.
It's coming, so don't worry about it. I see it, it's coming. So in the time we have, and by the way, disclosure for people listening on iTunes to the audio only podcast, we are also videotaping this if you're curious to see what our faces are doing. We're also videotaping this, and you can watch the video and get the links that will come up at morganaradio.com. So shall we do a demo?
Yeah.
Okay. So those of you who want to watch, keep listening, and then if you want to see it, then you can tune in at morganaradio.com. If you're driving, keep your eyes on the road. Don't watch the video. Okay. Okay, so here's the stuckness that I picked out. Technology. My fancy schmancy Cadillac CRM, which I think stands for I don't even know. It's like a customer management email database, payment processing, email sending monstrosity.
Okay, I get the picture.
Yeah. So I've been having like the most painful technological problem for the last month, where I set it up like I've been setting it up for the last 6 years with this company and the last 14 years with, sending out newsletters in general. I set it up, I test all the links, I send myself a test, it's all fine. Then I send it out to my list of tens of thousands of people, and all the links arrive broken. And the company is like, even though this has happened over and over and over again, and I know that it's happening to a lot of other people, they're like, oh, no, it's not us. You just need to like clear your cache, or, switch your browser, nonsense. And I do that and it still breaks, and I'm like ready to kill. So, it feels so painfully stuck. So, okay, fix me.
Yeah, I'll fix you. So just stay with the feeling, ready to kill.
Okay. Oh.
Where do you feel it most in your body?
In my heart and my face and my eyes, like, want to tear up, and my throat is constricting. I feel so voiceless and angry and invisible and hurt. And it's like they keep making up reasons because they don't know. And then I fulfill every condition and it still doesn't work. It doesn't even work when they set it up. And and nobody is acknowledging that there's a problem that needs to be fixed. And it makes me want to cry.
Maybe you will.
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, I'm really feeling it in my heart and my throat and my eyes. It makes me really sad. I thought I was angry, but now I'm feeling just like really sad.
You know what comes to me is that it's like a child who wants to tell the adults something and they don't believe her.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Well, but this is, and this is my head speaking, and this is their business. This is their whole business. This is
So don't forget about them.
yeah,
Just stay
okay.
in this.
In me. Okay, yeah.
Stay in you. And
Yeah.
this feeling that I sense, does it feel right for you?
Yeah, very much.
So just stay there, and maybe you can remember a situation where it actually happened when you were a child.
I don't remember having this conversation like I remember knowing things. I've always known things. I was like that witchy kid who knew things before they became visible. So kind of going back to the same period of time as last time, different situation. I knew that my stepfather was cheating on my mom long before it came out. I just knew it. I didn't have any evidence. I just knew it. So when it came out, I was surprisingly not surprised. And it led to my mother's suicide attempt. And I had to be the grown-up and save her life. And that was terrifying. Yeah, that was a moment of like knowing exactly what needed to be done and having a grown-up say, no, no, no. And, if he had had his way, she would be dead today. Because he was not sane. So that's the closest thing that I'm feeling is like, I knew. I didn't know how I knew. It wasn't something I thought about much. It was just I remember getting the intuitive hit and then a few months later it coming out. So that's and just the scariness of being the little girl responsible for saving an adult's life and take care of my little sister in the process and just not knowing what was going to happen. It was very scary.
So come back to here now.
Yeah.
How do you feel in your body now?
Loosening up. My chest is opening up. I still have some grief in my throat and like my sinuses.
Okay.
Okay.
Just stay with that.
Okay.
I'm breathing heavily when things are releasing within you. I don't know why it happens. It's just a reaction. Sometimes I can yawn big time, but
so now my throat is opened up and it's all in my sinuses and my tear ducts now.
okay.
But funny, it's moving up. Just that sadness.
And now?
Yeah, that cleared it up.
So think of your technical problem.
They seem like such losers. Children. Yeah, so I still have a little bit of heat around it.
Okay.
I'm not feeling as victimized.
So we go back to, what did you say? Some heat about it.
Yeah, I'm still annoyed with them.
But you don't feel victimized. Can you do something productive with the feeling, or is it something that you want to clear?
Let's do a little more clearing.
Because we can also reprogram
Because it's kind
yourself.
of crazy, even though I'm paying them to do something that they are not doing. There's also, you can't make people different or do differently. And I have too many records with them to like dump this company. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to like pay a second company to do, half the job that I'm already paying this company to do, which really irks me. And that may just be what it is. That just may be what is,
Okay. That is your mind trying to figure it out.
Okay.
And you don't need that.
All right.
So
I just don't know how to make them
you don't have to try to
recognize or
make
fix things. Yeah.
you don't have to try to make them do anything. What is in your power is for you to shift, so you can communicate with strength, with how do you say, with authority, so they listen to you. So we can do some different things about that. And let's see. What we can do is clear something in the relationship between you and the company and and you. So I'm starting.
I also, by the way, have a limiting belief about being a female with a high-pitched voice. I really believe I'm not taken as seriously as if I were a man.
Yes. And that is an interesting pattern, actually, because I see that arises now in this time, because it's time for women to take bigger steps in the world, and respect themselves enough so that the men will respect them and what they say. So
I have that down in certain contexts, absolutely. But not with like big impersonal bureaucratic corporations that have like low level, poorly paid frontline customer support workers who really know nothing. That's where that comes up for me the most is, that's when I feel powerless.
Okay, good. So just hold on to the feeling of feeling powerless.
Okay.
Okay. And say, think of the same situation, but say, I am powerful.
I'm powerful.
And I'm going to work with that. I'm going to soon ask you to say that again and see if you feel different about it.
Oh, I already do.
Okay.
I already do. Yeah.
So just say it again.
I am powerful. Yeah. The fun thing is I'm already seeing, things rearrange. And, the moment I said it, I could see tons of evidence of like how powerful I am, how I do impact companies. I impact, I impact things really, really well.
And this is so interesting because the way we create our world is through how our perspective, our perception of things. So when you change your perception now, you change your reality.
Yep. That's been true for me. I mean, personally, I I make one little inner shift and I'll make $50,000 that day within a couple of hours. And it's like, how much more evidence do you need?
Yeah. And then we forget it again.
Yeah. That, by the way, like for your friend with the father issues, that's the way we're designed. Nothing's wrong. We're supposed to loop around and go a little deeper and get the next, like the next piece.
Yeah. I spoke to someone today and she was eager to move forward, so she will get to the goal, as then I will be able to rest. And there's no such thing. It's just one goal after the other. We're here to experience, and you're always changing. Sometimes you're changing the same thing over and over again, and sometimes you change into new things, but you're always changing. There's no end goal.
Buckminster Fuller, the 20th century philosopher, physicist, this is, what he would say about goals is like, why do we have them? Because you think, when I'm there, I can rest. But as soon as you get there, you see the next goal. And it's like that until you die.
Yeah.
So why bother? Why do human beings set goals if there's no there? And his answer was using bees as a metaphor. Bees go to the flower to pick up the nectar to bring back to the hive to make the honey, and they think that's their life purpose. It's like we go to work to make money to pay for our rent and food and blah blah blah, as if that's our life purpose. But what the bee isn't aware of is, while the bee is collecting the nectar, it's getting pollen all over its feet, and it is pollinating the world. And all of our food, all of our flowering trees are 90% of the food we eat is only possible because the bees are pollinating their feet. So that's the real purpose of the bees, and the bees don't know it. It's always like, here's the physicist talking, it's always at a 90-degree angle from where we're focused.
That's interesting.
So even if we don't reach our goal, we are still fulfilling our purpose.
Yeah.
I find that comforting.
Yeah. Let's just enjoy life with everything it brings to us.
So
come back to the technological issue and think of that again.
Yeah, that just feels neutral, like, that's part of business. So I want to get back to you.
Okay.
What is your big vision for the world?
Peace on this planet. I don't believe we can get peace in any other way until we get peace within ourselves. If you fight with your spouse, how can you expect countries to be at peace with each other with so many people involved? I mean, we have to start with ourselves, and we have to get peace in mind. That's what I call the technique, freedom-based mindset technique, because all the mind chatter, all the limiting beliefs we have that tells you that I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, that creates fear, that creates a reaction that either you bring it onto yourself and beat yourself up, or you beat someone else up with words or action. So that is what I want to bring to the world.
So how do our listeners and our viewers, depending on how they're consuming this, how do they get some of this? What is their next step?
Well, I have created, well, I wouldn't say I have created, but I have collected, how do you say, an exercise,
Mm-hmm.
which very simple exercise, but really profound to
Mm-hmm.
change limiting beliefs. When I did this the first time, I was in tears myself, and then when I changed it around, when I finished the exercise, it gave me really a better confidence. I started to do things in a different way and started to create bigger shifts. So that is what I have as a gift to everyone who wants it.
And how do they access this gift?
Well, they go to tinyurl.com/ZV, the number 2, Z, the number 7, TC.
Okay. Z for Americans is the letter Z as in zebra. And this link will be posted at morganaradio.com. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. What a wonderful gift. And you are a wonderful gift. Do you have any final pearls of wisdom to share with our guests before we close the show?
Yeah, I would like you to see yourself without judging. I know it's easier said than done, but just play with it and see what happens. And when things comes up, when you feel bad because you maybe said something wrong or you did something wrong, just notice it and see, oh, I did that again. And just leave it at that. Just try it, play with it. Don't take it so seriously. That is my pearl of wisdom.
That is great advice. Thank you so much. And that concludes today's show. Namaste.
Thank you.